Hello everyone and welcome to this Twicpic review. Today I'm going to be talking you through everything you need to know about Twicpics, and as usual, if you do have any questions, please leave them in the comment section down below. Also, I'll be leaving a discount link in the description of this video so that you can always get your money's worth for Twicpics. So Twicpics is a software that allows you to optimize images and videos on your website to overall increase the loading speed of your overall website and also the pages on it. So basically, we're going to begin with having a little look at our dashboard. Now, this is where we have our aggregated metrics. So over the past month, it is obviously updated daily. But I've just created this, so we won't have anything. But this shows you how much bandwidth your website's been using up, how many images you've got, how much saved bandwidth you have overall, and the average load time for your website. So you're able to obviously consider what it used to be and then view what it is now and make an educated reason of whether you're actually finding that it's making a good impact to the loading speed of your site. But that is more or less it on the dashboard. It's very, very simple. Before we get onto the thing, you also have your profile options up here and a small support chat at the bottom right where you're able to use an intercom support channel to chat with people who know what they're talking about. Now, under workspaces, we have our workspaces here. Now, we can create numerous ones, maybe for different pages or different websites. And to create one, you would simply hit the Create Workspace button. However, we've already got one here. And in the Settings tab, you're able to look through the overview of it. So these are basically 3 of the 4 options that we saw earlier. You can view any domains that you've got attached to it. So we've got our domain here. You can view the overall statistics. So as you can see, past 30 days or past month, very, very similar. And then also the users that are applied, and you can invite people by hitting the invite button, putting in their email and giving them the elevated permissions that they might need, and their role will appear next to their name here. At the top, you're able to view how many domains in total that you've got, how many users are on that domain, how many API keys have been used, and your overall role. So heading back to workspaces and hitting view, we go back to basically the same area. Now, hitting workspace settings, this is where we were originally. Now, opulent settings is here, and then API keys, and you're able to create one of these. Now, what you're able to do is it lets you serve and manipulate your images server side. But obviously, we're going to have to keep it a secret because using an API key is confidential. But what this basically means is instead of having to manipulate the image from the actual image itself, you can change it from this website. So you can change it in your code, you can put it in your website, you can make sure that it all comes up, and anything linked with your API will be able to obviously edit your image. Very, very useful. So here, for example, under the All Domains tab, if I hit Edit, we're able to see our paths. So under path, we have our images path, and then the source. So I found a random photo. It's just of as you can see, a phenocopterus. Basically, it looks a little bit like a flamingo. And essentially, what this is it's hosting this on their servers. So that instead of it having to render with everything else on the website, it's just loading it from their server or their website, their domain, so that it's very, very easy to load. And I am also able to favorite this if I want to. Now, you're also able to do a cache purge if you want to and create more paths. And this is how you're able to add them. So select the type of media, whether it's images or videos, path. This path is to point to the remote directory specified in the source URL and then the overall source URL where your image actually is. So if you have it on your own hosted things, it'll be https://mystories.com/images, and then all of the images you've got hosted on that will automatically be hosted onto their own servers to then load faster. And then you also have a fallback URL, so in case of a 404 or any sort of error like that, it will obviously fall back to a certain image and still display the image that you've got. So you might want to set that to the same one, but if you're requesting the source image here and this one doesn't work, maybe have a backup link to that image that you're able to use. You're also able to pick whether you want source authentication to be enabled. You can choose basic, bearer, AWS signature, or Azure SAS. And then if you do also have advanced, you're able to have a look at default manipulation. You're able to add watermarks, metadata, all these different aspects you're able to do. And when you've finished, you simply hit the create button when all these input and parameters are filled in, and that will host that image on your website for you. So why might somebody want to use something like this? And a lot of the time, big websites or people who are starting up might not want to host their website individually on their own computer. So being able to have all your images loaded onto your computer very, very easily without having to have the effort of rendering it all out and rendering it every time somebody loads and having images, slow the overall loading time. People want to just get onto your website and they want to use your website very, very quickly. So Being able to do all of this is a great thing, and not having to have a beefy PC and not having to have a good Wi-Fi connection or anything like that means that you can just upload your images onto it and it will automatically do it for you. So Twicpic actually comes with a few features which is really useful. It automatically detects what device your users are viewing it on and automatically will resize any image so that it looks good on that specific platform. It will be able to detect if they're on a Windows computer, on a phone or a tablet, on a TV, any of these, and it will resize that image applicably to make it look good. I'll switch the camera back to me while I continue for these, but in addition, it also has lazy loading. So what this essentially does is it automatically defers any off-screen images so that it improves the overall loading time of a specific page. As well as that, it can process many different image types. You have things like AVIF, GIFs, JPEGs, PNGs, WebP, all these different image sources and image file types that you're able to support on the website. It also has really brilliant optimization when it comes to your images because they're automatically converted to a .webp file by default. You can change this, but that is obviously a thing if you want to do that. It also has lossless compression. The images won't lose anything. That automatically removes any useless data. So it removes any data from the images that aren't really necessary and compresses them very quickly whilst it's on the fly. And it can actually reduce the overall file image size by up to 75%. And there will be no compromise in terms of quality of that image, which is an absolutely brilliant thing. The file type is smaller, but the actual overall quality is brilliant. It also has a very high, it has a 99.9% uptime and also a 99.99% image delivery success rate on average. And also you're able to use a global CDN. So you're able to deliver all of your images closer to your visitors because it also uses a CDN powered by Amazon. And as well as that, it also has built-in SEO optimization. So it really helps by hosting your images, making all these changes to your images, and then overall making them on your website then be incredibly fast, incredibly quick. They look good, but they're a low file size. And realistically, that's all you could want. It is very good because it's also compatible with things like WordPress websites that use specific things that obviously Twicpic is really useful with. However, they do not guarantee that it will work with every single website builder, theme, plugin, or site builder, or anything like that. But that is more or less it for Twicpic. So what do I think about Twicpic? And in all honesty, I think it is brilliant. It's a pertinent issue, and they've addressed it well. It's very easy to obviously get carried away with the amount of visuals and obviously photos and things that you want on your website, but being able to make sure that you can have as much as you need and not lose any quality and have your website load fast, that's three things that are very critical when it comes to creating a website. But definitely, it's a brilliant thing, and the way that they do it is very clever, and I cannot fault anything to do with this website. So if you are having trouble and your images aren't loading fast enough, or your website's very slow to load because of your server speed, definitely try out Twicpic, see how it does for you, and I guarantee you will not be let down. But thank you everyone for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.